Hi guys, it's Miss Weeks, and as I mentioned to you yesterday, today we are going to learn how to write a thank you note. So I have put together this presentation for you to listen to with your new headphones, which were so generously donated, and we are going to be actually writing thank you notes to those people today at the end of this class. So we're just going to start right here. So again, 7 steps to a great thank you note. Why should you write a thank you note? You write a thank you note to show appreciation for someone who is supporting you, to acknowledge a gift, donation, or service, like what we'll be doing today, to provide recognition to someone who has done a good deed. So maybe you see someone who just goes above and beyond to help others or to support someone, and you want to write them a thank you note. That would be an example of providing recognition to someone who's done a good deed. When should you write a thank you note? After receiving any type of gift, anything, a gift card, maybe even candy, a little gift, someone bought you a cup of coffee, a birthday present, Christmas gift that was unexpected. Even your parents, I'm sure, would love for you to start writing them thank you notes for any little thing that they do for you. Whenever you grow up, after you attend a job interview, you typically will send an email or you'll send a formal note thanking them for the interview. After someone donates to a cause in your name, you guys know that I'm a runner. If I set up a donation page for one of the causes that I run for, I would write thank you notes to those people. Again, someone who goes above and beyond the expected. We talked about that. After someone writes a letter of recommendation for you, that's something that you will get to experience whenever you are probably a junior or a senior and you're trying to get your first job. After someone helps you with a project or endeavor. So let's say you are moving to your first home outside of your parents' home, and some of your friends help you, or maybe even your parents help you, or your guardians. You would write them a thank you note. If you want to make a good impression, it's a good idea just in general for any small thing. We don't want people to think that those things go unnoticed. If you're unsure of whether or not to write a thank you note, write one. Your note should be. So this can be a few different things. Today, for the purpose of the amount of people who are going to be creating these thank you notes, we are going to be typing them. But if you are just writing one to someone, it's really, really nice if you have a little card and you write it on the card, write it in blue or black ink. That's really important because it's easy to read. Make sure your handwriting is neat. It's legible, meaning that people can see it clearly. They can make sense of what it says. Again, on a note card or good quality paper, so not notebook paper, not an index card. Make sure it's personalized, and then again, like what I said we're doing today, we are typing these. I will print them and you will sign them, and then we will actually be giving those to Mrs. Greenwood so she can get those delivered. So step 1 in our 7 steps, you're going to write a greeting to the thank you note recipient, followed by a comma. So, dear Miss Marin, comma, dear Aunt Catherine, comma. And I will make sure that you guys have the names of who you need to be addressing in your thank you notes. Step 2, the specific reason you are thanking them. You want to mention what they bought, what they gave you, or what they did. This is very, very important because you don't want to just say, oh, thank you, and move on. No. So specifically, thank you for the headphones you donated to my school. Or for a birthday present example, thank you for the gift you gave me for my birthday. So again, it's thanking them for something very specific. It is not vague. We want it to be specific. Step 3, the reason why you appreciate them. they've supported you, it was very thoughtful, and they gave you a gift, they went out of their way to help you, or some other reason. So my example here, I appreciate your kindness in thinking of me and remembering my birthday, because people don't have to remember birthdays. Step 4, how you plan to use the gift or why the gift or act of service was important to you. That's going to be different for everyone. You'll use it to save for college. You really enjoy playing the game. So if someone got you a gift card, you might save that for college. They got you a basketball. You guys know I love sports. They got you a baseball or football for you to play catch with. You really enjoy playing that game. You can't wait to go shopping with the gift card. Another gift card example. You know you have a great chance at the scholarship because of that letter of recommendation that they wrote you. You would be specifically grateful for that. Sorry about that. And then here's an example I put here. I plan to use the pen you got me to write my notes in class. It is important to me to have reliable writing tools. So we were very specific about the gift again, and about how we plan on using that and why it is important. Step 5, a comment or detail about yourself, an update on your life, or just a positive comment. This is a really good time to share news on your life or to add a positive remark about the recipient. The recipient being you. You could say something about who you're writing the note to as well, because right now you're just the recipient of whatever you're doing the thinking for. So my example here, I'm really enjoying my role here as a teacher. Step 6, a repeat of your thank you. You may leave this out if you sign with thanks at your closing. And I'll show you an example of what that looks like. So thank you again for thinking of me. Or maybe another example might be, thank you so much again for the pen that you bought for me. And finally, step 7, a closing and signature of your name with thanks, name, sincerely, and then comma your name after you skip to the next line. So I've got some examples here. So sincerely, Stephanie, thank you, Allie, love, Zach, with thanks, Cameron. You guys might have seen other examples just in general in your past, or if you've ever received a thank you note, of course, ask me about what would be appropriate for the situation. Obviously, for what we're doing, we're not really going to say love. We don't know these people. How can we understand how to love them? But with thanks, thank you, or sincerely, those are really good options for today. This would be maybe something for someone that you know personally. So I have an example here, a good example. So, dear Aunt Sarah, and then guys, if you notice in the 3 examples I do have in this presentation, the steps are labeled right here. So just like, I'll go back here. So step 4 points to step 4 in the presentation. So we're going to start at the beginning. Dear Aunt Sarah, thank you for the wonderful sweater you sent me for Christmas. So very specific about what the gift was, and immediately off the bat, thanking Aunt Sarah for that gift. I appreciate you thinking of me, acknowledging that they were thinking of you. I look forward to wearing the sweater this winter as it always gets cold here in Michigan. So giving a reason why you're excited about it. I'm having a great 8th grade year and am playing on the basketball team this spring. I'm looking forward to that. So an update on your life, that's great. Thanks again for thinking of me. Thanking them again, that is important. And then your little closing remark here. Love, Katie. Here's another example, good example. Dear Mrs. Jones, thank you for attending my spring band concert. It was great to see you in the audience. I am so glad to have such nice neighbors who support my school events. I really enjoy being in band and love playing my clarinet. I hope to go to band camp this summer. Thank you, Nick. So notice how 6 and 7 are both here because Nick wrote thank you. Here's our last example. Dear reader, so just a generic person, thank you for reading this informational handout. I'm not going to read all of this one, but you guys do understand the purpose. And then down here we can see 6 and 7 are split again because it's not someone they know personally. They chose this word right here, sincerely, and that's a great option for what you're going to be doing today. After you write the note, check the note for spelling, grammar, and punctuation. This is going to be so easy for you because you are doing this on a computer. So that's going to be something that you can rely on your peers for. So again, since you have the luxury of doing this on a computer, you should absolutely take advantage of spell check and check for any errors. You can have your neighbor at your table look over your thank you note as well. That's something that is really, really nice about having a shared drive. You can ask anyone in the room to look at your paper, essentially without having to yell across the room and say, hey, would you please look at this for me? Some extra tips. Send out the card within a month of receiving the gift. So we received these headphones just about a week ago. Once you feel the thank you note is at its best, put it in an envelope or press the send button. Send it out within a month of receiving the gift or service. So this is going to be for anything that you are sending a thank you note out for. You want to send it within a month because you want them to remember, oh, yes, I did do that. That was thoughtful and kind of her to respond to me in this manner. We want to practice good mannerisms. We want to be good and genuine human beings. That's part of character development. And then finally, here's a reference if you wanted to look at anything in my slideshow today as to where I got that information. So thank you so much for listening, and I'm about to talk to you more about this assignment specifically. Go ahead and take your headphones out and turn the video off. Thank you.